welcome back to J League Journeys. We're here for a prediction video. Now, a lot of you are probably wondering why we're doing a prediction video so far into the season. Well,
it's when things are interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, it's not like some grand prediction where we want to say like, oh, we told you so. It's just something for fun, just to see. We're 2/3 of the way in. So let's see if we can predict what will happen for the rest of the season. We've got 1/3 left to go. So here we go. We're going to go over who we think will win J1, who will get the Asian Champions League spots, who will be relegated, and who will come up from J2. Why don't we start with who do we think the 3 teams will be in the relegation zone in J1?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you can talk about who might survive with the playoff, whatever, but I'm just going to go with the bottom 3.
Bottom 3?
J1.
Yep, okay.
And for me, that is going to be Shonan,
okay,
Jubilo Awata, and Gambo Osaka.
Interesting.
I think Shimizu will survive.
Yeah, I think they will too.
I think Kyoto Sanga will survive. But the other 3, they just don't have enough about them to stay up, in my opinion. They've got aging squads, and the younger players that are in there don't have the quality to drive the team forwards, in my opinion, at least. What do you think?
Yeah, so the teams I think that will go down will be Jubilo Iwata. I think they're certain. They're the ones I'm most confident about going down. The second one, I think, will be Vissel Kobe. That one's controversial. We'll get to that in a bit.
Absolutely not having that.
After that, I think Shonan as well. I think they just don't have it in the tank, and I think they're going to find it tough on the tail end. But you're probably wondering, why do I think Kobe? So let's just get stuck into that.
The squad is too good.
They sold all their best players, man.
No,
they sold them all.
They just beat Marinos 3-2 in ACL.
How they did that, I have no idea.
If they're going to do that, they got all the ability to survive in the league.
They do, but something has led them to be at the bottom of the table, and I think that's going to maintain. It's a controversial take, I'll admit that, and that's the one I'm most likely to be wrong on.
I wouldn't necessarily say controversial, because they are down there at the moment.
No, yeah, not controversial, but it's the one I'm more likely to be wrong on. I reckon there's a potential for me to be wrong there.
I think they've got too much quality to go down. I mean, Iniesta, for me, is a top quality player, but when you look at when Kobe score their goals or when they get their wins, it's normally when Iniesta isn't on the pitch, which is surprising. Yeah. I think they're a better team without him. Can you imagine Iniesta playing at Mito Hollyhock or Van Korfu?
That's what I want to see. I want to see that. I want to see it.
It's not. Yeah, I mean, it would be fantastic to watch as a story, but I just don't believe it's going to happen. I think they're too big and they're too strong. There's too much quality in the squad. They're a good team. They're going to survive.
Okay.
They're going to survive.
Right, so that's the relegation zones. Are we going to talk about who we want to come up from J2? Not who we want, sorry, who we think will come up from J2.
Yeah, I mean...
So let's say our teams first, then we'll go into the reasons.
Yokohama FC for me are a given. I think second would be Niigata.
Okay, so I agree with you on both the first team and the second team.
It's kind of where it is in the league right now. I think Vegalta Sendai will probably finish third. I'd like them to finish second. In my head, they're a J1 team. They deserve to be up there.
Yeah.
So for me, they've got a chance. They could potentially even come up through the playoffs. Who knows? But realistically, Niigata and Yokohama FC are going to be the guaranteed promotions. And that's who we're going to see in J1
Niigata and Yokohama FC. Yeah, I totally agree with you there.
J2 is a bit more predictable than J1, isn't it?
At the moment, the way it's going, we're lucky here with our predictions because we have 2/3 of the season already gone to go by and make these predictions.
But, I mean,
we're not trying to pretend like this is some grand, mad prediction. We've got a lot to go off by, but there's still a lot that could happen in this time. So, yeah.
But there's some teams which, for example, you look at Mito Hollyhock. They've been in J2 for basically the last 20 years, right? They never go up, they never go down.
Yeah.
Solid. You can predict that all day. J1 is a different story. Anybody can finish top 4. Anybody can finish bottom 4.
It's true. It's a crazy league.
J2 is a lot more predictable than J1, and you got your yo-yo teams. And I think Yokohama FC, a club that I actually really respect. I think they're going to do it, and I want them back up in J1.
Yeah.
Technically, Kazu's loan at Suzuka Point Getters ends. Yeah. At the end of this season, so he could potentially be a J1 player next year at 57.
Is there any hints of how much longer he's going to be playing for?
Until he dies, man.
Because if he goes 95. Back to J2, that's insane. But no fair play.
He'll go back to J1 if Yokohama FC get promoted.
Yeah. Okay, so then let's go to the top of J1. Let's say the teams who we think will finish first, second, third, but in no particular order, before we then say who we think is going to win J1.
All right, in no particular order, J1 top 3 at the end of the season. Kawasaki Frontale, Kashima Antlers, and Yokohama F. Marinos. I would love to see Kashima Racer win there, but I don't think it's going to happen. I would love to see Hiroshima Senfrecce in there, but I don't think it's going to happen. I mean, you got to go some of the big names here. Do you know what I mean? When you look at form, when you look at history, it is what it is. To be honest, I'll be surprised if Kawasaki don't hit that. But then, you know, you look at how they're playing in the league right now, it's possible. Same with Marinos. They've struggled a little bit over the last 4 or 5 games, right? So who knows? But yeah, let's say your top 3, and then we'll take it from there.
The exact same.
Exact same. All right.
Yeah.
Same reasons.
You know, Yokohama FM, they are, I think they're the ones who are most likely to finish in the top 3. Kashima Antlers and Kawasaki, pretty much for the same reasons, where they've just got, you know, they know how to win, they've got experience behind them, and I think that will help them get there. Now,
they're used to winning, aren't they?
They're used to winning. They've got that winning mentality, and that means a lot in football. Kawasaki, they've still got 3 games in hand compared to a lot of teams, and I really think they've got it in the tank, you know, like they will do it. Another team who I think have a shot is Kashiwa, but that is a team that's just amazed everyone this season, because at the beginning everyone was predicting them to be having a relegation battle. I remember when we went to go see Shonan versus Kashiwa, we were talking about both those teams like they were about to have a relegation scrap. And
they did look poor when we watched them, though.
They did.
But at the time, they were second
Shonan
in the league.
now are fighting for relegation, but Kashiwa have somewhat of a shout for the league. I don't think they're going to do it. I don't think they're even going to finish top 3. But
no, they'll be lucky to
but
finish
like
top
they've
6.
overachieved this season, so fair play to them.
You think it's going to win it then?
I think it's Yokohama FM.
Same.
You think it's the same?
Same. I mean, it's theirs to lose, right? Like they've struggled a little bit recently with 3 losses or whatever. Like they haven't done well in either cups that they're in.
Yeah.
But Kevin Muscat is a solid manager, and I think they've got enough quality in the squad to survive.
Right.
When you look at like what's around them, Kawasaki have made too many basic mistakes. They're not able to convert what should be easy wins.
When you look at the fact that
they've too many games.
Yeah. When you look at the fact that they only lost, I want to say something like 2 or 3 games last season, to now where they've already lost 7.
6 or 7.
Yeah, like it's insane. Like, but they've still got games in hand, and if they win all their games in hand, they're close to the top.
But it's weird with Kawasaki because they strengthened their squad, but this season they're not doing as well. They bought in Chatanip, and like, you know, he's a quality little playmaker.
Yeah, from Hokkaido, right?
Yeah. And it's surprising that
Sapporo.
they're not performing the way that you would want them to.
No, but okay, why do you think Yokohama will win the league?
Because they've just got better squad depth, and I think they've got a good manager who is like very, very results driven.
Yeah.
Like they're able to grind out the wins, whereas you know we watched Kawasaki this season.
Yeah.
And that again they should have won.
Yeah.
They conceded the 85th minute. Like they just don't have that mentality right now.
Right.
And then you know when you look at let's say like the other team that we think is in contention, Kashima. You know, they've sold a lot of their good players. Like the squad depth just isn't there. Like they haven't got the instinctive goal scorers anymore. So, I mean, it should be Marinos to lose. Like it's theirs to lose. Marinos should be winning the league.
They should be.
But I would absolutely love it if a team like Cerezo came out of nowhere and stole it.
Yeah.
But realistically, I don't think that's going to happen. I think the top
and
3.
Hopefully we can document this with our matches that we go to. You know?
Yeah.
But okay. So my reasoning for why I think Yokohama FM have got this league, it's theirs to win and to lose, is because now I'll first preface this by saying that they have had a few things happen to them recently that could make this league interesting. It could make another team win the league. For example, Ryo Miyauchi, who was a player on fire for them, a player in form, was injured, and they've lost him. And you know he was doing great. And when you lose a player like that, it takes the steam out of your sails.
Tofu bones, mate.
It takes the steam out of your sails. What am I talking about?
Takes the steam out of your sails. He's tofu
Takes
bones.
the wind out of your sails.
Wind out your sails. Yeah.
That's the one I'm looking for.
In the last 5 years, he's had 6 or 7 big injuries.
I know, yeah. You know, as an Arsenal man, I know him very well. He was very promising. He used to be like a super quick player, which is why Arsenal mostly were interested in him. and he just got injured. Never really made. Maybe he made one appearance in like the. Can't even remember.
He went on loan to Bolton.
Oh, he did. Yeah, that's right. But then got injured again, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he's had like there was a graphic on TV recently of all of his recent injuries because he's that injury prone. NHK had the graphic ready because they were expecting him to get injured because that's how injury prone he is.
Right.
And it's a shame because he's such a talent. But even without him, I think Marinos are still going to win the league.
They've lost and drawn their last 4 league games, if I'm not mistaken. That's insane for the team that's top of the league. 4 games and they haven't got a win yet. Is this a sign of bad form? We don't know. But why I think they do have this and it's in the bag for them is because they have 9 games left. Their next game is against FC Tokyo, who are like 7th or 8th in the league. All their other 8 games are against teams in the bottom half of the league. So if they manage to get a win against FC Tokyo, all the other games should be in the bag. Now, does that mean I think they're going to win all of their next 9 games? No, because J League is insane and you cannot predict it. They could lose against Jubilo Iwata, who's bottom, tomorrow, 2-0. And we would just be like, right, well, that's everything out the window. But honestly, with their fixtures compared to the other title challenger fixtures, Yokohama have it in the bag.
For sure.
They do.
But then anybody can do a Newcastle. Do you remember like that? What is it? 96, 97 Newcastle, Kevin Keegan.
Yeah.
I would love it if we beat them. Do you remember that?
Against Man United.
Against Man United.
Yeah.
They were like 13 points clear, threw it all away. It can happen to anyone. It can happen to Marinos. I hope it doesn't. They deserve to win it from how they performed so far. But football is what it is, and the J League is so unpredictable, as you say.
It's true, but we both have the Yokohama FM pinned as the J1 champions.
Right.
It's theirs to lose, honestly. If they don't win it, it's because they threw it away somehow.
Exactly. If they don't win it,
honestly,
it's on them.
Yeah.
They've done enough work at this point to be champions.
Absolutely.
Okay, what do you think about Emperor's Cup? Because, that's still wide open.
Right, wild cards, Tokyo Verdy. Let's talk about that. They just beat Kawasaki, the former J1 champions. They beat them.
And let's be real here. Verdi are about mid-table. They're about 8th or something in J2.
Yeah, something like that.
They're probably not going to go up. But if they win the Empress Cup, they'll be in the ACL.
That's insane. I want to see that.
Can you imagine?
Again, great content for J League Journeys.
I really want them to, but my heart says yes, Tokyo Verdy. But my heart is, my head has got to go serious, and it's got to be either probably Kashima or Kobe. Right?
Yeah,
I think whoever wins out of them 2 is probably going to go ahead and win the whole thing.
I'm going to be, because this is not about the J League, I'm going to be a bit, I'm just going to take a risk here with my prediction. And I think the final, I'm going to even say who I think the final will be. I think it's going to be Kashima Antlers versus Cerezo Osaka.
That'd be a great final, to be fair.
Yeah, and I think Cerezo Osaka will take it.
I think
Antlers will focus on the league. Cerezo will just say, do you know what? We could try for the league, but they're still in the J League Cup as well, I believe.
I disagree with that. I think if any team in any league in any country in the world gets to a final, they play their strongest squad, and they're going to want to win it. And I think even if Kashima only play 7 or 8 of their first team, they're still going to win the game.
Yeah, fair play. Like I said, I'm going out on a whim here. I just want to kind of say my kind of wild card predictions to make things interesting. But Cerezo Osaka, this season's
let's wait and see.
Wild card, I think.
So Empress Cup, you're saying Cerezo, I'm saying Kashima.
Yep.
J1,
yep.
We're both saying
Marinos.
Yeah.
And then for the other
J2 relegation, I'm saying Shonan.
Same.
And I'm saying Iwata, Jubilo Iwata,
Same.
and I'm saying Gamba, whereas you're saying Kobe.
Yep.
For J2 promotion, I'm saying Yokohama FC and probably Niigata.
Same.
Hopefully Sendai as well, but we'll see.
Yeah, and then for the Asian Champions League spaces after Yokohama is Kawasaki, Kashima. We're pretty set on that.
Come
on, JD team, surprise us, shock us. We want to be surprised. It makes it interesting.
I'd like to give an ACL prediction as well, but as as I think both of us are aware, we're not detailed enough in
these other teams
outside of Japan. But at the end of the day,
how about this? Who do you think's going further, Kobe or Urawa?
I would say Kobe because they're a cup team. I think Kobe have got the potential to go to the final and win it.
Yeah, no, they're good enough to do it, and so are Urawa. It's insane. They're both good enough to do it.
Urawa are a little bit lucky because they've got, the game at their home stadium.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So they've got a big advantage there.
If they lose today, it's like, that's
they
shocking.
Shouldn't do. They shouldn't do. But
Yeah.
I think, I'm going to go with Kobe for it.
Okay.
Because, I think Iniesta can
I
carry
would
them.
say out of those two teams, I think Urawa have the better chance. Just because of Kobe's form, you just never know when they're going to show up. And I wouldn't rely on them for anything right now. So,
But let's wait and see, huh?
Yep.
But I mean, that's what we think for the rest of the season.
Yes.
If you have got any other opinion, I mean, let's be honest. Like, we've got a little bit of knowledge on the J League. I think we know the J League quite well, but you
Yeah,
might
we
know
do.
better than us. If you've got different opinions, put them in the comments. We
Yeah.
could have a chat. We could just start a podcast. We
That's
could
a
just
great
very
idea.
happy to discuss this.
yeah, that's a great idea.
Like, we'll get some of you guys on Zoom maybe,
Yeah.
have a chat and see how it goes.
yeah,
But
do you know what? If you want to actually be in a video, you want to have a chat with us on camera, hit us up because
we'd love to
yeah,
hear your opinions, honestly.
Just discussing the J League is fun
It's
for us.
It's
you
our
know?
hobby, it's our passion, we love it.
Do you know what I mean?
We
So-
love the J League, we love you guys. So shout out, let
Yes.
us know what you think, and looking forward to having a chat with you guys at some point in the future.
J League
J League
journeys.
Journeys.